if you don't get paid your full $2,300 and you sue her for the $1,000 in small claims court, you get your deductible back. But the reason why you want to put it into your insurance company, there are a lot of people out there who aren't as honest and nice as you, and she may claim it happened some other way and sue you for doing something wrong. And if you haven't turned it into your insurance company, then you haven't cooperated with them, and they can say, when you get sued for the $1 million, when she's suing you, that you didn't cooperate, and therefore there's no coverage. So turn it into your own company, unless you want to pay for the $2,300 yourself. But I'd still turn it in, because I'm always afraid that the other person might sue me or you or the rest of you out there.
Okay, the police officer who was on the scene did not file a police report. He stated that the incident was minor and there was no injury, and a police report was really not necessary at that particular time.
Okay, well that's called laziness. Okay, so where'd the accident happen?
It happened. Pardon me?
Where did the accident happen?
It happened in Vermont. In L.A.
Yeah, the city of L.A.
Well, go to the closest police station there. Go up to the desk. Tell the sergeant or the person on that you want to file a police report. And if they give you any guff, go to their supervisor and tell them you want to file a police report. If they give you any guff, ask for the watch commander, but get a police report. And if they don't cooperate, then call downtown to the chief's office and make a personnel complaint against them. They're supposed to take reports.
Okay, now, would the time limit be a factor here? Because it's been over 20 days.
1 day is better than 20 days, but 20 days is not impossible.
Just get a report on file.
Yeah, and you definitely want to put your insurance company on notice, even if it's the other person's fault, and you want to get that you want to get the insurance company a copy of the police report after it's completed.
And since you had the car 1 day, you're probably covered on your old policy, unless you already got a new policy on this. So figure out what company was covering you at the time.
Okay, great.
All right, you have a great day. Thanks for calling Legal Help Live, and if you stay on if you call the 800 number after 5 o'clock, we'll get you dinner for two at Pan's. The number's up there.
Same number, 1-800-405-4222.
And leave your name, address, and phone number, and they'll send you a couple of dinner tickets. Tell them you want.
Thanks, great.
Tell them you want the free. Tell them you want the free food. That'll get it.
They'll know what it is. Okay, Carl. Yeah,
thanks,
Carl.
Guys. Thanks a lot.
Sure. Thanks for calling Legal Help Live. I think we got a lot more people we want to talk to. Wolf, we got Sheila on the line still. Oh, okay. So
who's Wolf?
Wolf is our director, and I.
Well, how come he doesn't make you look any better? I look at this picture. There's no change.
That's you.
No.
You're looking at you.
I'm looking at me.
Yeah.
Well, I do that a lot.
You're talking about the guy in the leather jacket. Well, in the meantime,
what, you want to try and teach me something?
No, but take notes. Lindsay Lohan.
Who?
Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan was in court, and the.
So what? Wait.
Yes.
If we're going to make this intelligent, what is she in court for?
Well, this time.
Let's give the audience what their money.
Okay, everybody out there who doesn't know why Lindsay Lohan is in court this time, raise your hand. Okay, we've got one.
Who is she?
Wolf doesn't know who she is at all. She is a person who's in the press all the time. She's made some movies. She's got a lot of talent.
She's a movie star, right?
I wouldn't call her a movie star.
She's okay. So,
but some would.
What is she accused of doing?
Now she's accused of a $2,500 theft of a necklace out of a jewelry store in Venice.
And she's on probation for.
She's on probation already for driving under the influence case.
Okay.
And she's violated that probation a couple of times, but she's really managed to avoid jail. Except this time, the judge is saying, "I'll tell you what. I'll let you plead guilty, and I'll sentence you only to between 60 and 90 days in county jail."
And she's being charged with a felony at this time.
It's a felony at this point.
Okay.
It's a felony.
All right. So what? Now, you tell us what's.
Well, she may not accept the deal. We don't know if she's going to accept it or not, but that's the offer on the table. Who cares?
Other than the paparazzi that's
Lindsay
all over
cares, and everybody who buys newspaper and People magazine, they all care.
Well, nobody buys newspapers. They're not selling a lot of magazines, but Do we really care anymore?
Are you kidding?
Do we? Why?
At some point, everybody's going to stop caring. But I think at this point, she's still every time something happens in court or elsewhere, everybody's interested
well, let's assume
in publishing.
I'm the jewelry store, okay?
Yes.
And I have a video of everything that went on there.
Don't sell it.
Well, no, I could care less about Lindsay Lohan. I own this jewelry store.
Yes.
And I can get $500,000 for selling this video since everybody's so interested.
Yes.
Why? Is there anything wrong or illegal about me selling it?
There's nothing illegal about your selling the videotape.
What do I care whether Lindsay gets prosecuted or not?
Well, that's completely up to you. You may care, you may not care.
Whole
I don't care if you care or not. But I can tell you this, that some smart defense attorney, if you sell, this actually happened, so when you sell the videotape and make a good profit on it, some smart defense lawyer, if this case goes to a jury trial, is going to look that jury in the eye and say, tell you what, this jewelry store has an ulterior motive. They're making money off my client, and she's charged with a crime, and you can't believe them because they're profiting from this whole deal.
Well,
they're no longer credible.
Let's look at that a little deeper and in reality. What we're talking about is a video that shows her taking and putting the necklace on. That's my recollection of looking at it.
That's what I hear.
All right. So whether they sold it, gave it away, ate the video, threw it up in the air and clapped 6 times, what does it matter? The video shows her taking it and putting it on her. At least as to that, it doesn't matter what they did with it, as I look at it.
Yeah, but did she have permission to take it out of the store?
Well, that's another issue.
Well, it's a big part of the issue.
They're going to say no.
They're going to say no, and some smart defense lawyers are going to say, well, of course they're saying no. That video is worthless unless she's charged with a crime. So they make up this story about her not having permission to take the jewelry, the necklace out of the store. You can't believe them because they're profiting from the video, which would be worthless except for the criminal charge. Juries buy that kind of stuff.
The end of the story is that Lindsay will either be convicted or not convicted.
Right.
If she's convicted,
or she'll plead.
She may go to jail.
She might.
And she may violate her other probation.
Well, the
bottom line of the whole thing,
issue.
The store owner who's going through all the hoot will end up with $500,000. So I guess it depends on who you represent in this scene.
Oh, absolutely. It's a circus. But you know what? You're very important point.
Would it make any difference if the guy that lived next door to you, who happens to be the tailor down the block, did the same thing? Would we have him on television? Would we be talking about this? Would anybody care?
No. Clearly not. But what you said was very interesting. There's one thing you said was interesting. Well, maybe more than one thing. But she's on parole now.
Or is it probation?
The newspaper says parole violation.
Is there
a felony?
You're relying
is there an underlying felony
to tell me what the newspaper said?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Interview her?
I think, yeah, Lindsay, come on over. She's violating her probation through this charge.
For all you Lindsay Lohan lovers, it's 1-800.
She could still go to jail.
405-4222. We'll take your calls of whether you think Lindsay ought to go to jail, not go to jail, whether you think there are defenses to this, whether you think she's just being harassed because she's a celebrity.
Or whether everybody should just stop talking about it.
And taking pictures of it.
Wolf wants to know who is Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what's going to happen now. We're going to have to pay a few bills, I guess.
I guess so.
Not legal bills.
No.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Wolf? Sandra, we're going to get to you in just after our break, so you stand by. Yeah. You're the next person online.
We promise.
And
as soon as we come back.
What we're going to do, and remember, you can see our old shows on YouTube under Legal Help Live, and you can also see the food show, which is kind of cute. Cheap Eats,
yeah,
which runs and is also on YouTube, Cheap Eats LA. So
yeah.
if you really want more, if you want great restaurants and/or good luck, you can check our videos out, which I think are pretty cute.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks, we do have to take that break, and when we come back, we'll be taking your calls, 1-800-405-4222. That's how you get into Legal Help Live and talk to Ralph. That's me, or Steve. That's the guy in the leather jacket. When we come back, we'll be taking your calls, and we'll see you in a moment.